That's the draft right there. Fancy stuff.
All right, let's have a look. So, what sort of bans are we getting? That's what, a Grimstroke ban, LD ban from NaVi,
Yeah.
and a Morph and an ET ban. Yeah,
Morph
ET,
and
I
ET
think
ban.
we can all agree is incredibly strong with the changes.
I'm
Silencer.
surprised that Silencer is banned out.
It's a
Pretty
little
much
bit-
every single game I saw, Silencer got banned out, even
Okay.
though I think the hero is so shitty. There's
don't
so
like it?
many. I mean,
Like-
it was one of my favorite, and I think one of the top 3 most played heroes,
Oh, really?
especially in the previous
Silencer,
patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got nerfed way
Right.
too hard. This hero doesn't do anything. You just harass first minute or 2, and then you're out of mana. That's it. You don't do anything after, unless you snowball, and then you just become a global silence. If you don't get any intelligence stolen,
Yeah.
after that they're gonna have items. They're gonna have Lotus Orbs, BKBs, and you're pretty much useless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going to see some sort of picks and bans that, or you think this is teams just remembering what Silencer was and being like, oh shit, this hero is really good. We gotta make sure it doesn't get through. When reality, you think teams they don't have to be as scared of him anymore. It's
Or
just not the
Maybe
same
they're just planning on going for some kind of thing that Silencer is good against.
Dazzle, let's go, let's go.
Ooh, okay, Axe Phoenix, still
I mean-
sort of the old opener. I mean, the IO
Yeah.
getting through. They're going to go with the IO Gyro Winstrike. So
I think is Navi the team that has played most games on this patch?
Probably
together
they
with
played a
no
best
Pango.
of 3.
they had the best. They were the best of
5.
5.
Yeah.
They have.
I mean,
in terms of pro games,
Yeah.
they're probably up there so far as one of the teams that played the most on the patch. I mean, yeah, playing the Megaphone qualifiers was a lot of games for Navi. They did go they went through the winner bracket though. They didn't go through the lower bracket. I'm pretty sure the double elimination. So maybe one of the other CIS teams has more games.
More,
Maybe no
yeah.
Pangolier. even
oh,
though
this
they
is
lost
this
their
is the
part.
both heroes that I like. Sanking feels so good.
I mean, he's right up there. I mean, the new Sandstorm is just like it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
ridiculously good.
stand there, and I've
Yeah.
seen more and more people just try laning at the start
Yeah.
and put a hero like a Sanking that has Invis, buy him a Sentry Ward. Also, Faceless Void, it feels so broken in my opinion.
Yeah, the
This
new
new
time looks
patch,
nice.
yes.
They did they nerfed it down a little bit in C, but I mean they've nerfed the extra damage, but it's still the fact that it's this scaling ability. You know, when you're hitting hard late game, it's you're gonna have that extra hit where you're hitting for the same amount of damage. And I kind of feel like with that move now, they could just have the bash element and just take away the bonus damage, and the hero would still be super playable.
Yeah, but he is kind of nerfed since they removed Ring of Aquila, which gave him a
Sure.
lot of
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, so
Also,
these-
Mask of
yeah.
Madness got nerfed.
Yeah.
No more extra damage on Morbid Mask.
Yeah.
No more extra damage on Mask of Madness as well. But I was just testing things out. Echo Saber. So you hit once, twice, then if it procs again, you basically hit 4 times in 1
Yeah.
second.
It's like it can be pretty crazy some of the items that you can get going on a.
Did you guys
On the
also
board.
hear that? Heard that cat?
There's
Yeah,
a
we
cat.
have a cat.
There's a cat killing another cat outside. He just went,
I was. It happened at the same time as JJ got up,
Yeah.
so I like.
Do you see
know,
the
maybe-
cat, JJ? It's dead.
It's
Okay,
dead.
the cat is dead.
Alright. No
all
cat in this
good.
house.
Oh, this is the hero that I like.
Well,
Shadow
Shadow
This
Demon.
hero is going to be so popular in my opinion.
Mhm.
If you combine this hero, let's say, with Necro, he lowers your HP to 60%.
Oh,
and
the
Necro
soul
just
catcher,
uses
yeah, yeah.
Reaper Sight.
Yeah, there's definitely
Wow.
super strong combos there. I mean, I think that hero is. I mean, even before, like the hero was good, people just weren't playing it that much. Which I feel like towards the end of the patch, some teams were realizing that. Like some teams were really prioritizing Shadow Demon because fundamentally, what he offers in terms of disable and control, it's
Yeah,
It's
you
incredibly
give your team
strong.
some time for positioning.
yeah,
It's,
no,
invaluable.
it's a really strong hero. Maybe it's just some people don't find it. I don't know. Maybe it's not the most appealing hero to play. It's not sort of like a wham bam hero. It's a sort of a slow down and very meticulous, you know, with sort of the abilities rather than just a stun or just a big damage nuke. It just doesn't happen like that.
But he's still fun to play.
Yeah.
I mean, just using disruption.
You have to have
correctly.
good teammates though.
Yes.
Like, you got to be
Something to
ready with the
set it up.
synergy. Yeah.
I mean, you have IO Copter. This combo is still popular no matter what they nerf, no matter what they change. It's
No.
still gonna be good.
You still got tether. You still got relocate. That's what you care about. You know, these abilities that make it happen. You still have the acceptor bonus. So you still have those things that make this combo incredibly strong. If you can get it off the ground at the start and start playing ahead, it can be really hard to react to.
Lich is still in the pool. No one's picking it yet.
Oh,
I mean,
there's
both-
Leon Lich, yeah.
Both of these teams picked 5 heroes, which were pretty popular and the strongest one in the previous patch.
Yeah.
Oh, Rubik.
Rubik coming out.
Okay.
So his aura only works on his spells, right?
Was that the change? That's how.
I will
I
check
don't know.
There's
Did,
too
did,
many
did it change
changes.
again in C? I don't know.
In the first one, let's call it A. Just there was an ability rework for the null field.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
replaced with Arcane Supremacy. It's passive. It gains spell amplification and causes all debuff you apply to the enemy to last longer.
Yeah.
And then it
wondering if
scales
works
with-
on items.
Thing.
I didn't check that out.
I'd imagine it would, right? If you're doing spell what if you like? What are you talking about? If you get like Dagon or
Yeah, but
Like-
what if you get something like Ethereal Blade? Does it last longer?
And then in B, he didn't get changed.
Surely it does. I reckon it would do.
And then in C,
Dire team ban.
Rubik was also not touched.
What we got here? We got the Lunar in and the new Brew. Because Brew, he's a lot of fun. I mean, they're having sort of the Cinder Brew as well. With the spell with the extra damage. If spell damage is done, that's going to be super nice with
We
Gyro.
don't have fire damage anymore.
No, none of this fire element rubbish.
No.
It's just spell damage nowadays, so that's all good. Works super good with Rubik and Gyro. For
I
these.
mean, we were always
damage?
memeing about it. Like they should.
People
add
were,
that
they're like,
fire spells
yeah.
should be weaker against water spells.
Yeah, like
it's-
like
like,
should
it's-
be
it's
good
like-
against Morphling or
Yeah.
like
vice
if you
versa.
want to
Yeah.
do that, it's like you got to go all out. You know, you have to make every interaction work as it would in the real world. You can't just arbitrarily throw one spell and say, "Oh, this is going to
Yeah.
work like this." And I think they realized that. I mean, they were probably just having a joke or a meme. They were just testing it out at Valve, and they were like, "Here we go." And then, lol, you thought we'd actually do that. I'm just kidding. And then they removed it from the game straight away.
5 seconds.
Yeah, welcome. I want to welcome Chair.
JJ. Ooh, see his shoulder.
Oh.
What we got? Final pick. Anyway, Winstrike. What do they want to grab? They still
They
need.
need a mid hero.
They need
a mid hero.
Is there any other mid that you see pop up in this patch? Skyrath is one of them, right? You see Skyrath mid a couple times.
Yeah, some teams have played Skyrath core mid. In this patch. What with the change? What's the big one? The concussive shot change, right? You can now. It makes it a bit easier to farm with the hero. Being able to hit the creeps.
Team pick.
It's a Dazzle mid.
You wanted to see Dazzle,
I
weren't
like
you?
to see Dazzle,
And this
but
is
it's
a-
Dazzle into Axe. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not a big fan.
But it's still Dazzle's like still super strong.
Dazzle
Like, it
is
doesn't.
so strong
Sure, you
right
can't
now.
save people with the grave, but the damage is going to be ridiculous. And it's going to
you
be
don't-
super nice with the Gyro Flak.
You don't even go for a grave. You
No.
get
People
one
that
point
have missed
in
it.
it.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
Bad juju.
10
Uh-oh.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Because let me know when you want to go over. 'cause then I have to
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Bad juju.
Bad Juju is
My favourite.
a passive ability. It grants you cooldown reduction. Anytime you cast a spell, all enemies within 1200 AoE around
That's
you
big.
lose armor for 10 seconds.
And it
Debuff
stacks.
stacks
Yeah.
and refreshes duration. Doesn't affect Roshan, but it does mean you can spam out.
And
your,
how much does it go down to max level each spell? What's the armor reduction?
so-
2.5
armor reduction goes from 2 to
Yeah.
2.5.
to 2.5. And
So
it-
225.
so as long as you
2.5.
cast some sort of spell within 12 seconds, here's someone that's just going to add on. Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And at level 3 of the
Invoker?
ultimate, it is 50% cooldown reduction. You
What?
can literally
That's insane.
spam out the it's so crazy.
What's the cooldown? 50%.
50% at level 3.
I see.
It doesn't need the cooldown reduction element. Like, why
It
they add
doesn't-
that? Just
it
have it
doesn't.
so it reduces
It's
armor.
so good.
That's
Man,
crazy.
it's so broken in my opinion. Like you can almost permagrave. I was
What?
testing
Oh, it's
stuff.
mid-
Dude,
Rubik.
they're not even doing it. They're going to do a mid Rubik. Damn, Iceberg Rubik.
Yeah, but let's go back to the Dazzle.
But still, I mean, because I mean, there's to be who's going to be the real carry here? It's going to be the Dazzle.
Dazzle.
Dazzle's going to be the one carrying this game. We know it.
With the new gold rules, do you feel like supports are richer or poorer compared to what they were in previous patch?
Well,
they get more gold.
They
Definitely.
get more
Yeah.
gold.
If
Well, you get the
You
deny.
focus on denying,
Yeah.
and you get more gold from stacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10%, that's
More gold from
35.
stacking.
And,
the
neutral
neutral
Gyrocopter
camps,
is
also
a-
5%
Yeah.
more gold.
That's
just
right,
in
neutral's
general,
worth more.
non-ancient.
Both teams have got heroes that actually clear camps fairly fast, so both teams will.
Yeah, Luna's, Gyros.
Have
Well,
fun
what
with
we
that.
got here, so I think the Dazzler's going to be good. I think this is a good lineup from Winstrike. The Axe and the Phoenix still is pretty great.
Yeah.
But if Winstrike can play this Gyro combo really nicely, I guess they do have a mid Rubik, so that's sort of the one
Yes.
question mark. Let's see if Iceberg can do
And
it. this patch
Magical
and
is
if
playing
that's
Invoker.
super strong.
Magical
Yeah.
is pretty crazy.
Magical is an insane player. I would
Yeah.
rate him top 2 in CIS scene.
Top 2, damn. He has had some good games.
Yeah.
I think his
After
Invoker,
no
his
one,
like his Lena,
yes.
his TA, his like so these high skill heroes. He's been very impressive on.
Alrighty then.
Well, here we go.
Game number 1 coming your way. NaVi versus Winstrike.
Let's have a look what we got going on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my spot so
Yeah.
I can read.
Get on the PC,
get
sir.
on the PC so I can be smart.
Be the analytical man.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It will be
Let's
it will be a TriCast, sort of, in a way.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're watching
chilling.
the Dota 2. It's a quadrillion cast. We're casting with the beautiful viewers at home.
Give Lacoste 1 second so he can be
Or
mixed down.
Mix it down.
Mix him down.
Are you mixing me down?
Oh. Oh.
Exciting.
So that's gonna be position
What we got?
5 Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saneko. See what he can do on the old bird. Still very nice.
I mean, in terms of fighting, which we know these two teams like, and you know, if the games are shorter, then you're gonna see them fighting early more often. I think the fighting of NaVi looks very nice, but they do need those levels on the Invoker. I think that's gonna be their crutch. On the other side, Brewmaster is still pretty good.
Brews. Pretty good. He's better. Brewer's like broken. Like, look at this stuff. He just runs at you and he slaps you and stuff. We're going to see Saneko come in to try and contest the rune. Always want to fly in a bit of trouble. He's going to get chased down by Chu and Saneko. That's, looks like they won't have quite enough damage, even with the treat. Always want to fly.
I mean,
Should
if
be
it
fine.
was maybe pre-patch, the previous
Yeah.
one, the dive had 28% slow on every level. Now it got reduced. It's only 19 level 1.
Mm,
So big change. Maybe they could have got a kill there.
yeah.
Couple of more hits.
One of the changed spells, by the way, for Brewmaster is his Drunken Haze got replaced by a Cinder Brew.
Yep.
It covers the target with alcohol and a 400 AoE, and it slows them by 25% and causes them to have a chance to attack themselves instead of the target. It lasts 7 seconds, and if the targets are hit by any fire-based spells, that got removed, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
fires, but
Yeah.
it's
But
just
still-
spell
So,
damage.
still spell damage. If the target gets hit by any spell-based damage, the duration will refresh, and they will burn.
This is
I
one of the
think
I think they
most
changed it a bit
mini
more than that as well. You
spells.
didn't see.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
it's
reading.
not-
It's not.
They didn't just trade it out. They changed.
No, but otherwise the
numbers.
first bit wasn't there. So
Yeah.
let me just change. Let me just go to C and see what they did over there. It counts as a nerf.
I'm liking this mid surf for Iceberg. He's doing.
Lazy,
Oh,
top lane.
trying for the old axe creep pull of the wave. And while Winstrike, they've got silent, ready with the rocket barrage damage. That's going to be first blood for Yamich.
Yamich, yeah, that's a new player. They benched No Fear and put Yamich in.
No, but interesting. I've never seen him before.
No, his
Totally new guy.
Wikipedia page is red, which
Oh.
is not good.
Oh
not
yeah,
good.
he doesn't have one yet. But anybody
new
can make
guy.
it. If you know a lot about this guy, feel free to make
Yeah,
one.
feel free to tweet at Keeping It Kyle. Tell him all about Yamich's home life and past, and Kyle will appreciate it.
I mean,
see.
Axe has been really greedy on top, just trying
Yeah.
to
Do the
cut the
cut.
creep wave, but he can't do it. They just use the rocket and run him down.
Well, so far, I mean, Winstrike, they're having the better time in all the 3 lanes, getting that little bit more farm on the cores. Mid lane, Iceberg crushing it, the early levels, up against Magical's Invokers. Always going to be the harder time for the Invoker at the first few levels. And Iceberg's certainly punishing him.
He's also playing full Quas of X
Yeah.
against Fade Bolt, which means he's not going to get an easy time getting the last hits bottom lane.
I always want to fly, nearly falling there as Chu moved in with that new old avalanche, all those little old stuns holding
Yeah.
down the Dazzle, making it very hard for him to do much at all. Down around with a quick burst here, but always when a fly's got to be a bit careful. Mid lane Iceberg, able to grab the haste rune down bottom. Straight back towards the lane, continues to CS, and absolutely owning it. He's going to have that haste rune removed by the tornado,
Yep.
but still coming out a good wave or so on top 21 for 5 against the 15 for 1 of Magical.
Is it supposed to be like that?
Rubik is a very strong laner. Like this is why people like to play him in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I think this is sort of expected the first few
Yes.
levels that the Rubik's going to have the better time than, as you say, like a Quaswex Invoker.
He's gonna catch up.
Yeah, down the line, yeah, for sure. But this sort of advantage for a Rubik in lane in a 1v1 is expected.
I mean, most of the time you would see when people go for Quaswex Invoker, they get 2 points in Exert.
Yeah.
So they can easy last hit in the lane and have this global presence with the Sunstrike.
All the no talismans. And Blizzy is going from camp to camp. He got...
He's going to try and cut the creeps
He's
again.
going to cut the creep wave, indeed. He should be fine against the Io Gyro, right?
Well,
can't
we
really
see
kill
he
him?
did try this once earlier, and they did manage to get him. Oh,
He needs to stay
Magical.
far away.
Dire's middle tower is under
Oh, Magical's got backup. Seneko dives in. Iceberg turns around with the telekinesis, but it won't save him. Blizzy is going to bring the creeps over, try and use them to help him clear out some of the neutrals. Down bottom,
Lane.
non-grata.
Just kidding.
Getting
Taking
aggressive.
a lot of damage.
I mean, it's this new, just running at them with this stupid amount of crits, a crazy amount of right-click damage that the Brew can do when he's just harassing in
Blizzy.
lane. He should die as Iceberg's got the zap. Iceberg quite happy with that one. Blizzy coming over towards that area of the jungle near the mid lane and presenting Iceberg with a free kill. Magical will not be too happy with that one, as Iceberg's got a nice boost in gold and XP from that.
What a time to be alive. People buying 3 null talismans.
Triple
Or-
nut.
Oh, yeah. I remember in Dota 1, there was one guy, I think he played for Senate,
Oh, jeez.
played at Zeus and had brown boots and 5 bracers.
5 braces on
Yeah.
Zeus. Damn, he must have been a hench. He was built. It's 3-1. 1k lead for Winstrike at the moment. These lanes still looking to favour them. Blizzy's starting to catch back up, and same thing to be said for Magical. He's still, he's not totally out of it. He can recover on this Invoker. It's going to be a slow start for the Luna, though, on the safe lane. There's mid lane, Iceberg. He's getting in it. He's got the drag back. Magical does have, he's got backup
dead.
for Seneko diving in, but indeed they've already lost the Invoker. Seneko, is he going to go as well?
No
Yammy's
mana
trying to
for
get the right
Avalanche.
clicks, doesn't have enough damage with the IO.
He's got a
Tether over
cross.
to Iceberg. They've got the Avalanche onto the 2 of them. Iceberg is gone. Chew and Blizzy coming in with the reaction, and now Yamich, he should fall as well. Blizzy's got the call, and NaVi will punish Winstrike for diving a little too deep there.
New Avalanche looks so cool. It's
I
so
don't
much-
Yeah, that's one of the more satisfying spells for sure.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we're interested to see how well Tiny does still play, though, because overall, obviously, the hero getting toned down a little bit. So it's a little harder to make work. But Chew, he's having a good time so far, and especially with times like this where I always want to fly. Waltz is up and presents his life for free. Chew and Crystallize waiting on the high ground. Mid lane, Magical with the lead in again onto Iceberg. Wraparound coming in from Blizzy. Seneko dives forward with the call snap down. Iceberg, he's throwing out a fair bit of a punch back. Does bring down Seneko with him, but will end up still falling.
So what we see here is just fighting upon fighting upon fighting. I mean, it's minute 6, and we see a lot of rotations, a lot of fights
Wow,
already.
bottom. See if they've got the control for this now. Non-Grata did have a pretty full stick, so should be fine to walk off. They don't have enough damage to burst through the Brood.
He is so speedy as well.
Well, yeah, when he pops the E.
Yeah.
Well, what they call that? It's still called Drunken Brawler now. That's right. Yeah, Drunken Brawler. I mean, he can.
Avalanche.
He's got the backup though. Oh, Grave, just in case, you know.
Just in case.
I
of
mean, it could have been a Sunstrike. Oh no, actually couldn't. He hasn't got any points in Exort. Just kidding. There would not have been a Sunstrike. But yeah, just to be safe.
Then he gets like 250 HP when he's standing near Luna.
Is it that?
70, that's level 2 Lunar Blessing.
Jeez. He's a big boy. Blizzy. He's in trouble. Didn't get the call off in time, so won't have any armor to help him against the right clicks. Not that would save him anyway because of the magical damage. As Blizzy will be run down by another rocket barrage. Winstrike claim the kill on the axe.
Look at this build on Gyro.
What's he got?
Triple raid band, power treads,
And they thought they nerfed it. I mean, this is the problem. They were like, okay, we'll nerf this item by you can't build it into a hurricane pipe, you can't build it into a killer, you can't build it into anything. But you know, and then they're like, oh, maybe we've been a little too harsh. We'll give it a +8 attack speed because then we've got to make sure people will buy it. And then people are like, why have you given this item +8 attack speed? Obviously, they've nerfed it down a little bit over the last 2 patches and they've made it a little more expensive. But people are still going to buy it. Fundamentally, it's just this very slot-efficient item early game.
I mean, you need to buy something. Like,
Yeah.
there's no Ring of Aquila. You just go for
get
magic
raid
wand.
bands.
What if you buy 1 raid band, 1
Radiant's
bracer,
top tower
1
is
null
under
talisman?
Now, the question is,
I feel like
what?
it should mix into something.
Well, that's the problem. Then you make the items too powerful. Silent. He's getting chased down here by Blizzy, Magical, and Seneko. I think he's a little too deep for his own good. He'll pop the stick charges. He may find Seneko.
gonna kill
Oh,
them
oh, okay.
Too.
All right. The Gyro
All
IO
right.
power coming into play as Silent stays alive and he clears up 2 of them.
I think that's just the power of triple raid band.
Yeah,
right there.
it is the raid. Needs enough. Take away the plus attack speed. Why?
Alright, so why
What are
wouldn't
you
you
doing?
buy 1 or 2 wraith bands and then buy treads, for example? Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Treads are expensive. Wraith Band is cheap. That's like.
But you're gonna end up
You've
selling them.
Well, he's already got treads, but
Yeah, but you got the value out of it, so
You've got
you're
so-
fine
like-
with selling it.
you don't want to have empty slots. You know, rather spend what 500 and whatever it is 520 I think at the moment.
Yeah,
and get a Wraith Band. It makes all the difference for these early fights. It's a crazy amount of stats. But yeah, I was trying to think which hero would be the most viable to get a Wraith Band, a Bracer, and a Null Talion. I mean, probably every hero to be fair, but like. It's not bad. You could absolutely find a hero that you could build one of all of them. I think you could. Those items are just too good.
I
for
was
their own
level
good.
6, does not have relocate
Reload.
available though, so they will finally kill off
too late.
the gyrocopter. He had it off, yeah, just before, but unfortunately.
Oh.
no, they-
They
And
lost.
there was a tiny, and then there was not a tiny.
Don't get him.
Javash ended up getting ganked. Oh, Io came back, tried to get himself out with a tether, but could not.
Alright, Navi picking it back up.
I mean, they need to. That axe almost has a blink dagger as well. That's very needed. They kind of felt like they were
Yeah, they had
struggling a little
I mean,
bit.
they
but-
had tough lanes on there. I mean,
Yeah.
so the Ruby Invoker here, Brubik's going to have a good time. You're up against a Gyro in one lane, and then Brew's just such an annoyance to lane against when you're these squishy heroes like Luna. So they had the good lanes Winstrike, but Navi now are making the moves to get themselves back in.
Let me just tell you something.
Yes.
Rubik, level 8, 3 null talismans, and 2 points in arcane supremacy. That's 33% spell amp.
That's a lot. Doesn't help him if he's dead.
No.
As they have got him here. Winstrike were poking around trying to make a fight happen.
Got
But the
the egg.
supernova goes off. Silent and Yamich have just got to get the hell out of there. The sun rays down, burning through them. Always want to fly is there with backup on the side as they'll throw the poison touch out onto the few of Navi. They do start to back off, and that will be enough to save Yamich. Magical's got the Ghost Walk. They'll pop the dust out. They've got the chase down. Winstrike will find Magical. As they do manage to strike back and get that kill on the Invoker.
The power of the Dazzle. It was 4 versus 3, but they were able to force him out anyway.
That was a good.
Because he
He
wants
was
to
on-
be smart.
Well, I guess he was on Intreds when he went into the Ghost Walk and then couldn't toggle out. Oh, I think. Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. Gyro has
Middle
20
tower is
armor.
under attack.
What?
Wait, what the fuck?
He's
20
a blade
armor.
of Lacoste.
20 armor at 12 minutes.
Yeah, these raid bands.
These raid
are
bands.
gonna get nerfed definitely.
we need someone else taken out of them. I'm pretty sure you can double the price. Someone's probably still gonna buy it. Mid lane, Chew. They'll go into full
my God.
5-man win strike.
That grave on Iceberg saved his
Oh.
life. Alright, Luna pauses. Luna's not even in the fight.
Look at the build on
Crystallize?
Luna. She went for level 4 Lunar Blessing.
Yep.
I mean, it gives her more agility, but she can't really. I mean, she can fight with it
Radiant
as well.
structures are
If she's just
fortified.
there, she gives them HP or
Radiant's
mana or
middle
whatever
tower is
their
under
primary
attack.
attribute is. Especially with tiny axe, they gain so much HP.
This is, yeah,
Radiant's
super
middle
useful
tower
for him.
has fallen.
What's Iceberg? He's trying to work his way towards the Blink Dagger. He's So 800 gold, nearly halfway there. But I think it's going to be hard for Winstrike. Well, I mean, the Gyro Io Brew is really strong. It's just going to be what can Iceberg do. It's a super hard hero to play as the game scales because you can get run over. If this Rubik sort of gets jumped by the Axe or the Tiny, he's in a lot of trouble. So he's got to be super careful with his positioning and his placement. We'll see what he can do.
On the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright,
Dire's top
What?
tower is under attack.
there you go.
What?
I'll just put it in my mouth.
Oh. Oh.
On the bright side, it doesn't look like this is a very one-sided 20-minute game.
Dire's
Right?
top
No, I mean,
It
the
could
Gyro...
be. I mean, they're grouping up on the bottom tower.
Yeah.
There's always chance for
The
it to
Gyro
happen.
is, like, super fat.
Dire's
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
really
he's
is.
2k ahead of Crystallize at the moment.
The thing about Io Gyro is you try to kill him. If he survives and he
You die.
used every single resource,
Yeah.
he's just gonna turn, use the flat cannon, then use his spells.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top
They're trying to start something. Blizzy
Oh, guess
got the
so.
call onto Silent, but he didn't get the call onto Yamich. Yamich tries for the relocate out, but the Tornado is there from Magical to hold him back. They're moving with the cold snap onto the Io. The rest of Na'Vi focusing Silent. The Io falls. Extra TP's coming in as Crystallize wants to join the fight. Chasing down Silent. Toss forward from Chu. They get the call. Blizzy does nearly die there to the Rocket Barrage, but will manage to kill the Gyro before falling himself. As again, Winstrike trying to push out a little too hard, and Na'Vi are there to punish.
Luna TPs just to help them out. Both strength heroes gained like 500 HP.
Uh-oh. Non-grata. He's found Blizzy. Oh,
Oh my
that's
god,
the
that
crit.
That's the crit.
The old drunken brawler. Slapping him to pieces.
So the Rubik was pretty nice on the lanes, but he kind of slowed down so much right now. Like, he still has just sitting on null talisman, so he's waiting for his Blink Dagger. He's like 500 gold off.
They were playing nicely around, and then they killed him a couple of times.
Yeah.
And, gave Invoker advantage.
Oh, look at these stacks. So much gold.
Yeah, Silence really hard. I mean, they did obviously, they took him down just then, but now he's got the full S on white. He's going to go for the BKB next. As long as he has the backup of the Eye and the Dazzle, they've got so many ways to keep that Gyro alive in the fights. So it's hard for Na'Vi to take the fights if Winstrike are fully prepared as a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need a Blink Dagger on Brewmaster, 500 gold away, and then they can start a fight. Otherwise, they really can't.
Yeah, they're sort of lacking someone who just jump in and commit. Brew can certainly be that. Obviously, Non-Grata just have a quick pause. 12 to 11 at the moment for Winstrike.
So we're kind of
3K
agreeing
lead.
that Navi is behind in this game, right?
Oh, it's very close. I mean, it's like one fight territory at the moment. You know, if Na'Vi are able to get a good jump with Blizzy on his axe and follow up with the heavy amount of damage they have got from the Luna, and they do have this Axe Phoenix combo, which is always just so ridiculously good if they can get that Cool and Phoenix Supernova off.
I feel like if
Yeah.
Sona Eco pulls the egg off,
Yeah,
they're gonna win a team fight.
yeah,
And
because
they
it just
have the
gives them.
initiation with the axe, of course.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's the one up they have compared to Winstrike at the moment, as Lacoste is saying.
And they have
got to get it on the
so
brew.
many spells
Yeah.
to protect the egg with. You have the new Avalanche, which is way better. You have Tornado, you have Axe Call, Luna ulti. You can just gather around the egg and hit. Also, they don't have the good egg hitters besides Gyro.
Is there any ults that you're really scared of it getting stolen by the Rubik?
Luna ulti with the spell amp.
I guess that would be. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's any super crazy steals. I mean, I don't know. Well, I feel like this game the Rubik was picked for the lane really, rather than directly looking to get these sort of these black holes, these big sort of team fight changing abilities.
Oh,
Bottom Iceberg does get the grab on Chu. They dive forward, they get the kill, the Avalanche.
It looks so funny.
it looks like it's lagging.
Yeah.
It's like, there's some, like, frames drops. I don't know, but then it's just Avalanche.
Combine the new Avalanche with
Radiant's
Invoker's
bottom tower
Cold
is under
Snap.
attack. Radiant are scanning.
Okay, that's a Blink Dagger on Panda right now. He's level 11. 30 extra damage from talent. That's gonna hurt, really. They could get a pipe on side of Winstrike, or if you want just to get a BKB, a lot of magical damage.
Ah, they're too speedy. In the meantime, the whole enemy team, or 3 anyway, are in the Radiant jungle. Also looking for a target. Iceberg also has his Blink Dagger. And he has 1k gold sitting in his bank. Not deciding on what he goes for just yet. I'm just waiting for that initiation. Oh, just need to vision.
Nah, they won't be able to get him. I mean, well...
Will they?
No, they're not gonna... Look a bit hesitant on going on the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm waiting for? Tiny to use Toss on Dazzle and grant his wish. Always want to fly.
Dying. The dad jokes come. Blizzy!
Blizzy.
Oh, he's gone.
Panda is insane here.
Oh. Chew? The turnaround? Oh! Was that the Luna saving him with that aura, whatever it is? Damn.
So what's the aura do specifically now then?
Gives 24 primary attribute.
24 primary
I
attribute.
think it's the best for strength heroes because you.
Yeah, you just it's a crazy amount of HP to have in the extra. I mean, as you said, with the lineup they've got, it makes really nice sense with the Tiny and the Axe.
Well, looks like Winstrike is successfully limiting the space that NaVi have to farm on the map, though.
I mean, a little. I think NaVi. I don't know. I'm feeling they're closing this gap between the Luna and the Gyro.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about how much the Rubik's going to be able to offer as the game goes on, in comparison to sort of like Magical's Invoker. I think it's a lot harder for Winstrike to execute this game.
Double damage if they want to go Roche. They have lads as well.
Or they want to fight.
Or they want to steal this stack. It's going to be the juicy one. So take this very nice area of the map away from NaVi. Pick up that farm. Make sure that Luna doesn't get her hands on it.
Do you remember when Flag Cannon had 20-second cooldown?
Back in the day.
Fun times. He's going to have a BKB now. 500 gold.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty big against NaVi's lineup. Like, there really isn't that many ways they can kill him. Sure, the Luna still does some damage. They can get a cool off and hope for some spins, but for the most part, like this Gyro is going to live with Yamich and always want to fly by his side. Silent's going to be able to do a lot in the team fights. And NaVi have to be very careful about taking a fight into him when he's popped the BKB.
One problem that NaVi has is that Axe is not tanky at all. He has just a casual ring of health.
Oh yeah, he's
going
going for
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, one sort of stun and Blizzy will fall over in the fights.
And he got nerfed with the coal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his armor is less.
And they rely so much on the physical damage from Gyro. Also Panda deals a lot of physical.
Yeah, with those crits.
So the timings on BKB on both cores are going to be the same. Luna has one in 100 gold. Gyro just needs to... Okay, he already has it. So 2 10-second BKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That's the Blade Mail money.
BKB on the Luna complete as well.
Oh man, level 15 talent on Luna is so garbage. 30 movement speed and the Lucent Beam. I mean, they had to change something because of the new Lunar Blessing.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the heroes are so good, yeah. Winstrike, seeing if they can get some sort of surprise on NaVi, but NaVi...
Oh, they smoked.
Yeah, they smoked themselves.
They're going into their own jungle.
This could catch Winstrike off guard as Crystallized leads in, but Iceberg, he's going to try and jump in on this.
Not there.
They're straight in the midst of it all, and the BKB out. Iceberg's in a lot of trouble on this Rubik. As he tried to make the fight happen, he saw NaVi poke out, but didn't necessarily expect the full team to be there ready to fight under the back of their own smoke. As always, one of Fly's being chased down by Chew. He's got the toss, not quite enough damage to kill him off as the tether comes through, and the self-grave will keep Always Wanna Fly alive. Seneko is able to get himself away from the Primal Split. Chu now being chased down by the IO and the Dazzle. As in the mid, they get the Brewmaster out there. Non-Grata survives off the back of the Primal Split. But so far, Winstrike, they're down one, and Navi's not done yet. Chu jumps forward, looks for the Avalanche. Blizzy, cool onto Non-Grata. They turn with the Magical from the Sunray. They bring him down, dunks there through the grave to clean up the Brewmaster as well as NaVi find a good fight off the back of that smoke. Could have ended in disaster coming out in that mid lane if they weren't smoked up, but they were. They were prepared to look for action themselves and end up making the better trades, and they're not quite done yet. They're poking at Silent up top, but Iceberg is there with the wraparound. Telekinesis dragging him back, stunning up the two of them. Nice play
BKB
from Iceberg as they will quickly strike back their Winstrike after losing the fight in the middle lane. NaVi proceed to pretty much throw away the gain that they got from that as they lose both Blizzy and Magical up top.
That was very greedy from them to continue going.
Yeah, it's as if they just forgot that they were going to come back into the game of respawn timers. I mean, NaVi just hung around in the top lane and lost two of their cores.
I love what Luna did. Like, she figured out during the fight that she can just right-click Brew Split.
Yeah, she started killing it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then the Brew was sort of like, I got to get out of here. Yeah, definitely at this point, there's still a worry for the Brew. If the Luna's able to stand the ground and punch into him, he can die during the split.
Are we back to this meta where position 5 heroes are just building Midases? Phoenix with the Midas and GPM talent. He's going to have a lot of items if this game drags.
Well, definitely if you're an Ogre Magi, you're going to build Midas.
Well, I mean, is that actually unironically the build? I'm not.
Yes.
Dude,
if you use one Midas, you can get 4 Midas.
Oh, I know, I
things.
know.
Yeah, but you need level 8.
That's already worth. Like, that's worth. It's great.
I don't know. Ogre has
mean-
below 45% win rate.
Isn't
Maybe that's one of
because
the
everyone's just building Midas and going, oh, I saw
All
this on Reddit.
Well, you gotta still remember that you're a support as well.
Yeah.
But having a Midas is definitely valuable.
I mean, it's don't get me wrong, it sounds like great fun. I'm down.
How mad would you be if you use it and it doesn't proc?
well, I have had that. You are very disappointed when it doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen twice in a row, even more so. Well, let's see. Some action about to happen. Smoke gets popped on the axe.
I feel like we're adding too much RNG in Dota for no reason.
There is lots of passives.
Quite a few, yeah.
Like, look at Panda's Drunken Brawler. You can go 20% slower or 40% faster.
Yeah, I swear most of the time.
At least for Panda, it alternates, right? You can play off of it and always starts giving you the speed buff first, and then it slows down and then it goes up again. Like, that actually makes sense. It's like a wave, you know? It's not completely random.
Oh, it is? I thought it was. It is a smooth wave from fast
No,
to
you
slow.
always get fast in the beginning as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do?
I thought it was random.
Egg coming out as
bad
well.
egg.
The tether, is it enough to keep the gyro up? No,
Silence
it's
just
not.
dying. Crystallize just does too much damage on the Luna. He just shredded through the gyro and the IO. And Iceberg's going to die as well. They're not even going to be able to TP out here on the Dazzle as the Lucifer Beam comes out from Crystallize, cancelling the TP, getting a triple kill. And Crystallize just shredded through Winstrike there.
They need Brewmaster in this fight. He was
Hey,
nowhere
hang
near.
on.
He
What,
didn't have
what was he
TP.
doing?
Farming.
Okay, he's nearly got Relic. But you're right, yeah, they need to fight with the Brew. I mean, it's still, even then, it's hard, because Crystallize with this BKB, this is the problem. When Crystallize pops his BKB and Silent pops his BKB, Crystallize is just going to kill Silent every time.
Yes, because he has one more item right now,
Yeah.
and that's a butterfly, so a lot of damage is going to be mitigated.
So we know Rubik is going to fall off a little bit in this portion of the game. What does Winstrike need to be able to take these fights other than having a Brewmaster in it? Because it feels like they're just not having the damage to kill
I mean,
people
they need to
anymore.
find a way to just jump on the Luna, instantly disable her, because at the moment, Crystallize, if he pops his BKB, like, the fight's just over for Winstrike. It just,
Yeah.
But the problem is they don't have a hero that
No, it's-
can disable Luna.
It's got to
through
be
the
Iceberg.
BKB.
He's got to get the telekinesis, but then sort of telekinesis into what?
There's no follow-up, yeah.
Like, she's always going to get the BKB off unless they can get the missile down in preparation and then find some sort of perfect chain combo. It's so hard for them to just focus and chain stun down the Luna. Like, Crystallize is always going to be able to fight back, which is what makes this Luna so scary. It's Blizzy. He jumped here. He will get left behind. NaVi don't want to turn and try and help him out. It's a bit of a lost cause as Winstrike will find the axe.
by the time Gyro gets his Satanic, Luna is gonna have hers as well.
Oh, Dazzle.
Bye. Hey, he got tossed though.
There's the joke.
Yep.
Hey, he got his dream.
That joke coming through.
Yep. Ooh, Io, where'd he go? Oh, he relocated back to where he came from.
Yeah, it feels like this game is gonna end after they get a Roche,
Yeah,
they
they
get
get
Aegis
Yeah.
on Luna.
Like, they're going to take the base so quick. If they win a fight, Na'Vi, they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to destroy the base of Winstrike.
That's Alacrity Luna
Yeah.
with the butterfly, and you
Oh,
have
God.
oh
Oh no,
Or
now the
Evolution.
brew. Oh no,
No
not non
split.
grata.
He buys back for that though.
I mean, he knows they have to contest this Roche. If Na'Vi get this Aegis, they can absolutely threaten Rax, maybe even more.
Ooh, egg coming out as well.
No,
There's
gr-
the split.
He does get it off this time. What's he going to do with it? I mean, this split will just die to the Luna. He sent the Luna up in the air for now, but as soon as Crystallize comes back down, like, he has to get out of there. The BKB's going to be popped. Crystallize has the ult, and Winstrike, can they take him down? But the BKB Silence trying his best to commit. The BKB does now wear out for Crystallize, so there's a bit of an opening here, but on the backlines, Blizzy, he's jumped forward with the Blade Mail. Chu's back in with the Avalanche and Toss. Silent has found a double kill, though. He's going to get Chu as well by the looks of it. Magical finds the Tornado. There's not enough damage getting kills. As this time round, Winstrike, it does cost them 2
Hello,
buybacks.
Dazzle.
Caster's Curse coming through.
Oh, no!
he got him.
walked into it. Oh, he didn't know. He didn't know I spoke. Oh.
That was two things. First of all, Brewmaster putting Luna up in the air basically made her a problem for later, allowed them to kill off something on the side.
Yeah, that was the big
The
thing.
Phoenix on the side, and Phoenix X maybe a little too early, and Dazzle OP. He was able to keep so many people alive that fight. Doesn't matter if you can't dunk if people
Magical.
are super strong.
Okay, it's a bit of a bait
line.
here. I mean, Chu's going to go in. I say it's a bit of a bait. I think that was Magical saying,
He's gonna die for him.
yeah, he's got to. I mean, Chu's not going to be happy with Magical about that one. You know, Magical was... Chu has to throw his life away to keep Magical alive there, as Magical just poked at the Gyro. I mean, they had dust on them. He was,
Yeah,
he
that
was
was
always going to be run at.
A die back.
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy from Magical. Trying to...
Also, one of the reasons why Winstrike won that fight is they
Yeah.
used 3 buybacks.
They did use a lot of
Yeah.
buybacks, yeah. Which, I mean, they absolutely needed to do so. If Na'Vi got that Roche, it would have been pretty game ruining for Winstrike.
So, new Satanic on Gyro gives 30% status resistance, so you can't lock him down.
Mhm.
If, let's say, Tiny uses his Avalanche, it's not gonna last long enough. You can pop a BKB between the procs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's massive, actually.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, actually.
BKB is
Maybe you
instant. I guess that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
You're just making me look stupid, thank you.
I wasn't even on the mic, you know. No one heard that. It's all good.
All right, Winstrike, 1 fight and an Aegis, and now they're back in it. They need to... They can't really afford any mistakes, though.
Under attack.
Still have to be very careful. And then high ground defense into a Tiny and an Invoker and a Phoenix is pretty tricky.
Radiant's middle tower
They're gonna
is
try
under
anyway.
Oh. Silent.
They really can't siege like this. Gyro is cool, he has Satanic and Wisp behind him, but they have a lot of lockdown inside of Navi. So they need to take a fight before they can go high ground.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back to you, OD.
So, well, they're coming out.
Nice. It worked, though. That's good.
Well, they got scanned there. So,
Dire's
top
well, I mean, Winstrike know that Navi was starting to poke at them outside the base. I mean, I don't even know if Navi want to try and take a fight now. They've got the ults online. Winstrike.
Ah, you wait until the Aegis is gone, surely.
Yeah, I think Navi are more interested in just getting sort of that extra item on Crystallize.
Yeah.
And finding a fight at this
Ooh.
point. Winstrike, though,
Winstrike
they do
wants to
want-
find a
yeah,
fight.
for sure. Aegis and all of the ultimates online.
Regeneration.
Now's the time, especially if they can catch Navi out of position, if they can get some skirmishes going. We see Phoenix not with the team right now. Axe, if they can find him, he's not with the team right now.
Oh, Smoke's going to dispel. They got eyes on Blizzy. They got the damage as well. He's got no blink, no escape.
Yeah,
As
that blade
Blizzy
mill
is
doesn't do
gone.
anything either. Like, you procced it, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, they got so much.
So much
waste to-
healing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much sustain. Oh, not
Off
magical. Caught out up top as well. He pops a BKB, but it's not going to do anything at all.
How did they get there so fast?
I mean, what was he doing up there? Was
Rubik
more the
Oh,
right
that's
question.
left
relocate.
into reload.
I know.
There are new items. Where is crown? Where is
Oh yeah, where's
Yeah.
the crown?
Well, the holy
No one's
locket.
got a
Dazzle should
crown.
surely build a holy locket. Oh, he's not building anything though.
I mean, Solar Crest is also
Solar
super
Crest is
OP.
also good.
Solar Crest is crazy now. I mean, it was already super
we
good.
had Ring of Tarask.
Radiant
No, we didn't.
Mm.
That's Titanic, just kidding.
Ring of
Checking if
Tarask.
you're paying attention. You are. Thank you.
So the solar crest right now, if you put it on someone, you gain movement
if you
speed
put it
as
on
well.
One, if you put it on one of your allies.
And
Yeah.
one of your allies. And if you
attack
put it on an
speed.
enemy,
They
he lose movement speed.
Yes.
Attack speed as well.
And attack speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's attack speed, movement speed, and armor. All three get increased or decreased depending if it's an ally or an enemy.
And it's
And you
a
only lose the
decent
armor.
amount as well.
Yeah.
When you can.
Yeah. Whoa, they're
whoa,
straight
whoa.
in. Silent. He's in with the BKB. Blizzy is getting beaten down. Crystallize is trying to fight back, but now at this point, they have more than enough heals to outdo the damage that Crystallize can offer. As Winstrike, they get away with the melee racks.
Yeah. Once they realized that Magical didn't have buyback, they just went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good timing. Aegis just running out. They
Yeah,
got
that's
what they wanted.
perfect.
Melee racks, and that's it. Axe has a BKB now, so that's pretty huge. They just need Invoker to follow up with the spells.
On Winstrike, Non-Grada's nearly got that completed Radiance. So there's something else that it's going to make these fights half an hour, especially with the BKB charges running low. Or at least beginning to. There's a full mech on Yamich. Many ways to keep one another alive. Keep Silent going throughout the fights. NaVi. Now going to look to hunt. They know that with the Aegis expired, there could be a chance to sort of find that someone out on their own. But at the moment, Winstrike are just playing super safe. They're keeping it as a 5-man. They're keeping it together. They're coming outside of the base. They're on the low ground. They're looking towards Crystallize. Homing missile is upon him. There's a
Needs
TP
to
coming
pop
from
a
the shine.
BKB.
Jump forward from Chu. He's got the combo, but Silent pots the BKB. He's got the lifesteal as well. Crystallize has popped his own BKB, but he's just missing every attack. They've got him surrounded. The cooldown coming into place as Crystallize is gone. Blizzy will take a homing missile to the face. No, the BKB. TP out will keep Blizzy safe. He's able to get out with his BKB, but Magical is being chased. He'll turn with a quick deafening blast. He'll throw it on the ice wall, but the jump across it is there from the Brew. Non-Grada has the control, the slow, the slap, the damage to bring down Magical as well.
They could probably force out the buyback from the Luna, right? Crystallize. He surely has to buy back because you can just walk up otherwise and kill more racks.
They can certainly push. Non-Grada didn't even have to use Primal Split in that
Yeah.
fight.
Invoker doesn't have a buyback. 200 gold. Rune spawn, so if they want to go and try to pick those up, he's going to have a buyback. Axe not doing anything. He could have
Well,
picked up these 2 top runes and he would have a buyback.
So Neko is on the bot lane. He might be able to pick up some runes. But he's teleporting
There are
out. Never
none.
mind. What? No, it's not. There's no runes. It's 36 minutes, not 35.
Yeah, but the top lane, top
Ah,
part of
my
the map,
bad.
there are still two runes to pick up.
Well,
Getting second set of racks here.
yep.
They can look for more too. All the tier 2's already gone.
20 seconds still.
And Crystallize really doesn't want to buy back as he knows that without the magic it's hard to
Oh.
fight, but more. Maybe more now that Blizzy and Soneko in there. They've got the egg off. It's a good one as well. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to kill the egg in time. The stun is successful from the Supernova as Crystallize finds a double kill. Silence got it back off now on the gyrocopter. The Crystallize does get thrown up into the air by the tornado. They jump forward. Blizzy with the call onto Non-Grada's Primal Split. He's looking to control this Brewmaster. Can they kill him as his ult ends? They are a little low themselves. They've got to be careful. They get the avalanche done out. So Non-Grada's got no blink, no escape.
got
He will
gripped.
turn,
Oh my
beat
God.
down
He
the
just
fin-
right-clicked
Oh,
him down.
oh,
Yes.
oh, Jesus. He's a chew. Will survive.
What a hero!
But the drunken brawler. Got to be careful.
Well, that was really nicely executed by NaVi.
Yeah, they
the
hold.
offensive egg, then call from Axe.
I
The
needed
problem
to-
is they lost 2 sides plus
Yeah.
the tower.
And they had to buy back on Crystallize, but you know, it keeps the game going. It's giving them the money for the MKB. Roshan is back up. I mean, if Na'Vi go there now, there's still 80 seconds without the Brewmaster. Non-Crowder does have buyback, but Na'Vi, they could at least make him buyback by going for the Roche. I mean, 80-second window, that's got to be appealing. It looks like they'd rather not go for Roshan. They just want to go straight for the push. We'll see if this pays off. But if they lose a fight off the back of a failed push,
Yeah, that's a game.
they might try and get the buyback out of the Brew and then back off and retreat to Roshan.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Or
I mean,
maybe
they
just
gotta-
a
they gotta-
tower. So
Don't
that-
farm.
Dire's middle tower is under
I mean, at least maybe.
I mean, they got
force out
50
the
seconds out of the
buyback.
Brew. At least force the... I feel like Na'Vi should at least force buyback or go for Roche here.
Yeah.
There's a double damage rune outside of the Roshan.
Yep.
If Na'Vi just goes over to that pit and gets
no,
down
no,
crystallized-
Silent's gonna get it.
They're afraid to
I
go.
guess-
If they get
There's
caught on Luna, she has no buyback.
Like they've got to go for Roche. There's DD. The
Let's
stars
go.
are aligned. You've got to go in, take that Roshan before the Brew's back up.
650
There we go.
damage.
That's
This
quite
is
a lot
big.
of
If Na'Vi
damage.
can get away with it, but yeah, you've got to. They're going to buy back on the Brew. They know that Na'Vi's doing this. The question is, can Na'Vi commit and finish this off? With that double damage, they're going to get close. Jump forward. Blizzy's got the call. The BKB is going to be popped out, but already crystallized. He's not popped his own BKB.
Luna.
He's getting stunned up now, but the BKB is able to pick up the Aegis. He's turning to fight. Blizzy falling low. They've got the Supernova stun off. They're all stunned up. Silent. He's going to fall. They've got one. They've got two potentially as they'll get the Tornado out. Io's gone as well as the Dazzle. Blizzy's still alive. Has Iceberg surrounded. Avalanched up. Na'Vi take the fight around the pit.
There's 3 buybacks available for
damage,
Winstrike. Na'Vi have to defend their own base though. If they think that they can't end right now, they gotta
They got to
push
just
back
shove
bot.
down mid. They've got a creep wave on its way out. As you're right, the bottom dire creeps are pushing out. There are buybacks available on Winstrike. And
Yeah, but
will
they gotta
have
force
to
them out.
use- Yeah, they'll have to use them.
And Phoenix is already going back, so they can just do this with the 4 of
It
them.
looked a little risky, you know. Crystallize, he didn't pop his BKB at the start, so he got telekinesis, and it looked like it was going to be close to him maybe dying before he's able to offer anything. But they get the BKB off. He gets the Aegis picked up. Now he's
3
pushing with it.
buybacks.
Triple buybacks come out.
Oh, the lift as well. He has
I mean,
Aegis,
he's
but
more
no
than fine.
BKB yet for
He's
another
very,
14 seconds.
Very tanky.
He's fine.
I think especially with Primal Split not available, but they're going
Go
for
top lane.
Ooh, okay. They relocated back out.
Okay, going for a bit of that. I mean, those sort of relocate split. Oh,
All the creeps.
all the
All
creeps.
the creeps
Oh.
gone.
Run away, sir.
Panic. That was a really crazy fight though, because it felt like Winstrike, they knew that Na'Vi was in the pit and they went in pretty confidently, but they just didn't have clear focus on who to go for.
And it's as Navi's been playing well. The eggs from Seneko
Yeah.
have been very nicely
Yeah.
placed in these team fights.
And he is the only one, together with Magical perhaps, that is fairly squishy. The rest is so sturdy, and Magical's positioning has
Lizzie.
been really great.
With this Invis rune, he could set something up.
Oh, one of the things
Oh.
pop.
He's in. That's
Double
the perfect
ball.
setup. That's the Dreamer's crystallized in as well. Silent is able to pop the Satanic, get himself back up to full health with the Supernova eggs out. Non-Grinder does get the ults out, and he's able to run away with the Primal Split. Winstrike able to somehow disengage from what could have been a potentially
back in.
fatal jump from Crystallize upon them.
Crystallize has a BKB available if he wants to.
Let's see if they can control the split enough. The Avalanche does come out, but it's not enough to hold back the Earth Bruling. As Winstrike are able to get everybody back. But that is the Primal Split used. But at the same time for Na'Vi as well. That was the Supernova expended. So Na'Vi will settle down a little bit. Didn't have to put the BKB. We're seeing Crystallize queuing up a Rapier in this situation. So
Ooh.
really feeling that he has to go for sort of the big playoff item to end the game. We'll see if he does finish it off and does commit for it. But he's got 3,400 gold saved in the bank, and he's got a Rapier queued up.
He might swap things around. I don't think
He
he
might.
needs a rapier. He
I-
queued it up
yeah.
after they were kind of losing. Now they're in a way better position, so he just might go for a Scotty.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, he also wants to save for buyback, and he's a fairly wealthy man, so
Well,
his
his,
buyback's
I think
probably
his
very
buyback's
spring.
still on cooldown, isn't it, Lunas? Or
It's expensive though, so he needs
2
to,
minutes, 2 minutes,
minutes.
or so until it's back. Yeah.
but he can't farm that much in 2 minutes.
No, but they can intend to try and take an objective whilst the
Yes.
split is still on cooldown. It's probably nearly going to be back up though, I'd imagine. So
Yeah.
Navi can't find a catch straight away. They might not be able to punish that downtime as it isn't too long.
Yeah, Winstrike is also going to make sure that they're always close together from now on, though. So,
Dire's bottom
It's
tower
gonna be
is
tough.
under attack.
but they're going to try to make a play in bot lane, it seems.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
See if they can force some people back to base.
And they're going for a bit of the split. It's going to be the Gyro racing them for the
Dire's bottom tower is
potential of
under
taking
attack.
the racks on the top lane. So Na'Vi may have to.
Yeah, they gotta go back, or at least one person. We already see Seneko going back, but yeah, that should be enough actually.
These are
Radiant's top
catapult
shrine
waves, so
is
they
under
should
attack.
be careful about it.
Yeah.
They could reload BKB and just TP out. They know.
Hello.
Blizzy.
He got him.
Oh, he got him. Very nice grab from Blizzy. Getting a Mitch there, hiding in the trees. And he was one of the ones that brought back on the last defense, so he's gone for 2 minutes on that IO. That is a decent amount of backup that Silent has had to rely on in previous fights. So if they can fight the Gyro without the IO, it will put Na'Vi in a fantastic position in the team fight. So let's see how much they can poke out of them. Crystallize still continuing to save that gold. 5,300 at the moment. A lot of money also saved up on Seneko, 5k. Silent does pick up the butterfly. And okay, so now Seneko's he's spending the money. He's got the full refresher on the Phoenix. So double
He's so
supernova.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So
Dire's
we can
do it.
walls are fortified.
70 seconds having to defend 4 versus 5 though. What about that IO?
Dire's middle tower has
This
fallen.
Luna is so jacked.
Oh, Blizzy. He's in. He's got the grab on Silent. Silent just gets deleted. He doesn't have buyback. That's probably
That's
GG.
game.
There. He's dead. He's dead for 2 minutes. Winstrike have to somehow try and hold with just the 3 of them. But Blizzy catching him out like that. And again, Blizzy's in onto Always Want to Fly. Supernova's going to be coming through as well. There is a stolen Supernova, but this stolen egg will get destroyed straight away as GG is called. And Na'Vi will take game 1. As it definitely looked for parts of that Winstrike had it in them, but you can't afford to any sort of mess ups against a late game Luna as Crystallize just destroys your buildings. Sure.
At the first Roche fight, if they just sacrificed one hero who had a buyback and just finished the Roche, put it on Luna, Winstrike was not that strong at that point.
Oh. Well, I mean, I think. Well, what else did we learn from that game? Well, I mean, the mid Rubik. How do we feel about the mid Rubik?
Falls off.
It's
He
it's
didn't
just-
do that much. Then you compare it to what a 4-position Rubik can accomplish. He kind of did the same thing in that late game. It could have been a 4-position
Oh,
Rubik.
you have this good lane presence at the start.
Sure, and that was nice. But I'm sure that there's other
I'm
heroes
still
that
not.
scale
Yeah.
better.
I mean, I'm still not sold on the mid.
Yeah.
I just feel like in most situations there's so many other heroes that are probably better to have in the mid lane.
Plus, he didn't have the best spells to steal.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
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 you have Rubik in your team, you want to steal some big
Yeah.
spells unless you're at the absorb.
There was no sort of big. I mean, I think that last fight there was the only time he stole like Supernova, which was probably like the biggest sort of team fight changing up. But at that point, it was way too late. So
And
I
they
don't-
didn't have that much disable to work with. Like we
No, I mean it
mentioned
was
how
on the
much
Rubik
disable,
to jump in and
yeah.
telekinesis, and then what was the follow up? It
Nothing.
was just a little over the place. As I say, the Luna's just super strong. I mean, the hero at the moment we know from the patch is hot stuff at the moment, and Crystallize, one of the strongest Lunas in CIS,
Mm-hmm.
had a pretty easy carry. What else we learn?
More raid bands, still good.
Still good.
There's
Nerfed, definitely.
probably going to get nerfed again. Wraith Band's another nerf. Yeah.
Don't see too many bracers in this game because we
No.
don't have strength heroes.
No.
Mhm. I've learned that neither of these two teams play flawless. It was a little bit of a scrappy game at certain points this game, and I mean, obviously, we're looking for the best team of CIS region,
Second best.
second best because we assume
Well,
and we know VP is
gonna
the
be
best.
the top. Yeah.
I feel like this could go to a third game
Yeah,
because it felt pretty even.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it was just Navi's draft was a little
Yes.
more.
Their,
It
pla-
just-
their
they
plan
didn't have a
was,
mid-Rubik,
was
they
more
had-
well-rounded.
They started with the Axe Phoenix opener, which we saw many times. Seneko and Blizzy pulling off some really big sort of team fight plays or initiations from Blizzy at the end, just getting those
Mhm.
instant catches and disables with the Berserker's Call. Sure, the hero's been nerfed, but you still have that straight up disable that's super
How to
super
beat
good.
Axe? You get
You don't
all
play
heroes
Axe.
status resistance. So
That's true,
I mean-
and you just walk away from him.
Yeah.
That is
Because
true.
this axe had an abysmal start. And to be honest, had an abysmal...
Well, I wouldn't say
it wasn't great.
Well, it wasn't the same sort of start that we saw Axis have on the previous patch.
No.
I wouldn't say,
I still felt like he died very often.
I mean,
the only thing that was
Gyro
good
is a
about him
hard
was the
lane.
call later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get run down with rocket barrage and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, Berserker's Call ain't going to save you with the boosted armor. But I think there was definitely like Magical. His game on Invoker was like felt really slow. Like he didn't really actually have a crazy amount of impact at all compared to like Blizzy and Seneko in the team fights. It just wasn't quite there, which is a little weird.
He didn't have maxed Exort build.
Sure,
No
it was-
Sunstrike follow-up
no.
at that point early on, so he was kind of struggling to get the kills.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a slow game for him. But I mean, Crystallize played fantastically on the Luna.
Yeah.
As I say, I think Luna's with these teams in CIS. I think you got to be very careful about giving the Luna away. Like they had the gyro, which worked quite nicely up against it up until a point. Like as you said, as soon as that Luna's sort of one item ahead of the gyro, and they both have BKBs, the Luna's just going to win out in every single fight. Just sort of standing there.
There was Dazzle against the Axe.
Yes.
There was
It's
the
not gonna be a great game unless somehow you manage to pull off some kind of a heal before the dunk. He gets the magic wand off.
yeah.
He's just gonna dunk you.
So I think that maybe they should have done mid Dazzle and support Rubik.
Maybe.
Could have been better.
Let's
Maybe.
go.
Should have been a mid. Should have been a mid
Get a
Dazzle.
minus, get a necro,
Yeah.
finish the game in 20 minutes.
Oh, we have not been hearing
JJ.
Lacoste. But
Well, we
it's
might have
fixed.
heard a little bit of him being
Little bit
picked
of
up by our mates.
Um,
JJ.
I'm sure Lacoste had a lot of smart stuff, though. It was great.
Yeah, I'm
JJ,
just-
do we need to have a pause, a break? Is there some kind of mandatory?
Well, the game will probably start pretty instantly, won't it?
Well, no.
I mean,
sometimes there's like maybe we need to.
Well, I
break
mean,
to
they,
play
with it,
commercial.
well, oh yeah. Do we need to play commercials, JJ?
I don't know if we've been told that.
we'll
or
find
not.
out.
We'll find out for you guys.
Probably not. Do you guys want to watch any commercials?
I mean, some might. There's been some fun ones.
There's been some fun ones. I mean,
Still
I
the
don't think
Fallout
we
ones?
have any commercials for you. So don't get too upset, chat. Don't get too upset.
Well,
We're
if
with
anything, it would be Twitch commercials, right? Because we don't have any sponsors.
Don't we? I don't know. We might. Has it
No,
got sponsors?
JJ already said that we don't have any sponsors.
Nobody sponsored this
As far as I
event?
know, we don't have to
How
do
am
anything.
I getting paid?
Maybe they
How am I getting
sponsored,
money?
but
There
they
were
don't
sponsors
need
for the main event,
promotion.
just- I guess no one cared about the qualifier.
No one sponsored the qualifier. Damn.
Can we? If
I'll
you wanna
sponsor. I'll
sponsor
send.
us.
Tell Vlad I'll send him a tenner or something. I'll sponsor. I'll sell.
I'm sure that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go
Well,
ahead.
so what would you be allowed to do now that you sponsored?
Oh, and you're the sponsor now. What
Yeah,
do I have to do
what
to
do
make you
you-
happy?
What's your what do you want
Do
the
we have to give
broadcast
you
to
a
be?
shout
Where
out
does the
every-
ODPixel brand go?
Yeah, are we getting a raise since we
Yeah.
have a new
Oh
sponsor?
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
No, you're
I
getting
wanna
a
raise you.
cut. As a sponsor.
Do you have a
I'm
video,
going
Owen?
to
I can
make
play a
sure
video.
that-
Well,
What video?
I got these fabulous
video.
socks from Sheever.
Oh, they're very nice.
I got
aren't
them as a present from Beyond Summit. They're very
they?
cute.
Oh, there you go. What are the little
They're
foxes?
little foxes.
Wow,
I got these as present as well.
What's on those?
They go all the way up and they have ears.
Ears.
Yeah, they have ears.
The fuck?
Oh, I
What
have
kind
an
of
update.
animal
Dude,
is
that's
that?
some sort of furry shit. That's weird. Take that off right now. What is that?
Do you really
it
want
some
her
sort
to
of,
take that off?
It's some sort of rejected Pokemon.
Oh, shut up! It's my photo.
What is that? Oh goodness! It looks like some sort of disease. There's this yellow foot with blue spots.
Well, I also have different colored
A
ones
sort
with
of
different
huge-
animals.
bulbous sort of.
Guys, I think we have to cut to a break for the Twitch ads, though.
Oh, we have got ads.
See, we have got ads.
Yeah,
Let
have
me-
some
let me
ads,
see
bro.
how that works, because I'm not sure how the
Send 'em some
ads
ads.
work on delay.
Oh yeah, you have to watch the
I think
stream
I have to watch the stream
and
yeah,
then time it. So will you still put us to a preview screen now, and then
Yeah,
you
you
just
should
watch
do
it.
still do
Let's
that.
just, do
Yeah.
the next.
So the next game we're gonna have game 2, NaVi
Yes.
versus Winstrike. It's gonna be up very soon. We've got people in the lobby. The game's gonna begin. We are gonna run some ads
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
just for you in chat. Put a smiley face if you enjoy ads, and if you don't put a smiley face, we'll ban you.
Finger guns
Smiley
out.
faces all round.
Finger guns. What's the finger guns? Well, in chat is that?
No, I mean,
Like-
just, put the fingers guns
I
out.
go?
See you guys soon.